Just wanted to do a quick random pop-up and just share a few things with you guys as we prepare for momentum. Now, some of you all know, y'all have been here, y'all been following the videos, and I want to appreciate that. We hit our goal. We have passed over 5,000 subs, so I appreciate all of you all. I know I haven't done my lives as much, which is why I'm actually doing one from the phone, because I think I'm going to be doing lives on the move. You know, we got Dr. Mike on Monday nights. We have our presentations for the business that we're doing, and we have, Q&A sessions, but this is like more of a vlog style. And I also want you guys feedback. And so this is how I can talk to you all in real time and communicate. So if there are some of you all on here, even now, if you wouldn't mind, welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Yeah, welcome to the chat. If y'all can talk to me in the chat, I appreciate that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with you. So first, momentum is so let me just start here, guys. We went to, Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, and we had an event at a Five Diamond hotel out there, the resort, y'all, inclusive. It was amazing. And we was out there for like 5 days in intense. I'm talking about from 8, 9 in the morning, guys, to about 9:30, 10, even 11 o'clock sometimes in the evening, working and growing the business that we're doing, okay? Just learning about mindset, learning about, structure, learning about vision, how to set vision and goals. There's a difference between goal setting and goal achieving, right? And so we was out there with a gentleman by the name of Marcus Setta, Ray Vigil, all the top leaders in Bellator, man. Douglas Anderson was there, and I got videos about that. But the one thing that we did learn is that everything rises and falls is on mindset. And so anyway, we did an intense out there, and the information was so good. The company is growing at such a fast rate, from Europe to South America, to getting listed on the OTC NASDAQ or whatnot. Miracle Pay is doing real world assets, man. And so they're doing a USA major launch event, guys, called Momentum. And it's going to be like a 5-hour intense training for builders. And so when I say sometimes you got to switch the venue, so instead of staying at home doing that, my wife and I decided, a last minute, quick, 3-day getaway. And we decided to just slide down to a place, a nice place, as a matter of fact. I'll show y'all some of the posts down here. And yeah, man, what happened was we came down here. So we're going to actually do the Momentum tomorrow here, from a resort. And sometimes I just want to tell you all, encourage you that sometimes you got to change the venue so that you can get yourself in the right energy, get yourself in the right state. Because hear me when I tell y'all, and this is very important for you all who don't know, sometimes it's not even the opportunity, it's the people around you with the negative energy that's causing you not to be able to operate and learn or develop the skill sets that's needed to be successful in anything in life that you do, guys. So it's not just because I'm doing this business here. Hey, how y'all doing? It's not just because of what I'm sharing. This is anything across the board, anything that you want to be successful in. Sometimes there's a book by Wallace Wattles that's called The Science of Getting Rich, one of my favorite books. And even though it sounds like it's about finance and money, it's really not. It's really teaching you how to draw lines, how to draw boundary lines, how to protect your peace, how to really go after what you want, how to become laser sharp focused. And in that book, he says, one of the quotes he said that I love, he says, you don't get rich by doing a thing. You get rich by doing things a certain way. So that means now we got to talk about paradigm shifts. We talk about mindset. We talk about the higher faculties, the levels of awareness. And all of this comes into play. But so one of the things in his book, he says, if you are endeavoring to go and do something and you become laser sharp focused, for that time, whether it takes you 90 days, whether it takes you a year, you got to dial in and focus. So anything that's negative, anything that's toxic, anything that will pull you and distract you from it, guys, you got to get out of that environment. You literally got to change the venue. That means for this time, for just this one brief moment, I got to let y'all go because I got something to do. I got a mission. I'll pick y'all back up when I complete the goal and complete the assignment, right? So we came down here to do that. So what is momentum about, guys? You got people like Mark Aceta, who is the master teacher, y'all, in this industry. You got people like Hakan Toran, who's going to be there. Douglas Anderson, of course, will be there. Ray, the VP, will be there. Micah, the VP, will be there. And all of these people are presenting. And so we chose to come to a resource we can refocus in, dial into it. And I'm just going to tell you, sometimes that's what I do. So even on this live right now, this is one of the first times, guys, that I'm actually going live from my phone, you see? And I didn't realize, I'm like, okay, I didn't know I could do YouTube live from the phone. Now I believe it's going to, some of y'all texting me right now. I didn't know you go live from the phone, okay? But like I said, this is what I want to do as far as that blog piece. So guys, if you're someone who is interested in learning about financial instruments, y'all know, first of all, it's Doc Favors here, man. We talk about everything about mindset mastery, wealth creation, and of course, how to live that life of freedom. You know, can you wake up on a Thursday and just say, you know what? We need to get out of here. So by, I think 1 o'clock, I called, booked it, got the rental car by 5:30. And by 9 o'clock, we was on our way pulling up to the resort, y'all. I'm talking about nice joint, right? And it's just a blessing to be able to do that, you know? And to be able to say, hey, man, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm telling you, it's a way to do things. And so if you are someone who is interested in learning how to get that time freedom, learning how to, you know, set your mind on a certain level so that you can achieve the goals you want to achieve in life, we can help you get there. One of the main reasons why I came out of retirement to even get involved with Bellator was because of healthcare, retirement. My wife and I, we are at an age, you all, to where is, if you all know anything about it, I'll share a quick story with you all. So about a year or two ago, well, last year, or earlier this year, no, last year, we noticed a shifting in the healthcare industry because of our healthcare, but we were still cool. Well, when our businesses got to a certain level, just this year alone, you all, our health coverage insurance, our health coverage went from like $180 a month to about $900. Y'all don't hear what I'm trying to tell y'all. A month. And then my meds, I got meds that cost $1,100 because we had the audacity to be a little more successful, and we didn't qualify for the healthcare benefit because we in a different tax bracket. Isn't that something? That's crazy. It's almost like you're getting penalized for being successful. Anyway, we noticed that, and I said, all right, we got one or two things we can do. We can either downplay it, or we have to go and make some moves and make some changes, you know what I mean? And so one of the things that we did was we went and found the right policies and the right plans that can get us what we needed. But in saying that, we still needed to come up with a creative way to supplement the income to bring in to deal with those issues. And then here comes the Bellator, for example, all right? Here comes the opportunity investment instrument of a lifetime. These are my opinions, all right? Y'all know I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell y'all what to do, but I'm just sharing with you all. This is what me and Fave decided to do. We said, okay, we know we got to do this. We did the math. We did the numbers, you all. And I hope this is helping some of y'all. As a matter of fact, if this is helping y'all, let me know. Throw some sevens down there for perfect. So throw some sevens in there. So we said, all right, we need something. We need to make some extra piece. So it's only two ways that we could do that I know how to get it, because I got skill sets. I said, okay, I can either put some money in the markets, go trade some Forex and some options, which I did, and I do, but those don't come as fast as you want when the markets is going up and down, okay? So thank you, Sam. So what did I end up doing? I said, all right, we need an opportunity. Remember, you all, some of y'all may not know this because the industry gets a bad rep sometimes. But network marketing, you all, I made my first 6 figures in network marketing. So I don't care what no one says. It's not the business or the business model that don't work. It's just that some people don't take time to learn the skill set that it takes to effectively operate in leadership and presenting and sharing and actually leading a team and building a team. Now, remember, my motivation isn't money necessarily. My motivation is financial freedom so I can pay for the increased health care, health coverage. That's motivation like something else, guy, I'll tell you. But then once we got in it and I saw every time, I was like, man, oh man, this isn't just an opportunity. This is a juggernaut. This is a game changer. And so when my friend, my upline actually shared it with me, he said, Bishop, I know you in retirement, you don't want to deal with this because you got your coaching business. I started my coaching business, start teaching people, how to write books, and I still do how to do all that. But guys, when I looked at it, because I am in finances, and I do teach people about financial instruments, ETFs, plays that you can get in. I said, wait a minute. Are you telling me they finally solved the problem dealing with digital assets and crypto? He said, not only that, Faye, they not only solved the problem with digital assets and crypto, they got a piece that's going to actually tokenize. Now, the only reason I know about tokenization because I was paying attention to the Clarity Act and the Genius Act. So now they finna start tokenizing instruments. Well, already started. I said, wait. So you talking about oil, real estate, stocks, financial instruments that are known, and they're gonna tokenize them? Yeah, man. Y'all see? So I was like, okay. I got interested. So he's like, check out this piece. So I looked at this information about this thing called Miracle, you all, and how they not only created their own blockchain, and I'm just taking a long way to show y'all this. They not only created their own blockchain, they also created the tokens, but also have the different software to where they partnered, right, with the four biggest companies. Well, I'll say two, Pax, Ingenico, Shopify. So that means now people globally who've been trying to use their crypto in everyday uses, which is called a digital asset, they solved the problem. Now we don't have to go about swapping and doing all this and getting the. Are you serious? You mean to tell me that every time I use my own crypto card, I can get paid for it? Yeah. I said, how is this possible? He said, now watch this. So they create these things called nodes, you all, on the blockchain, to where it is if you hold the node verifies the transactions. Somebody tap, swipe, or insert, boom. The node verifies it, it goes up to the cloud, and it distributes from the transaction fee. So long story short, y'all, I saw that, and then I saw the potential of how if I help someone else. So long story short, man, we not only solved the health coverage problem, but now we're so much in the black, or in the red, whichever one it is. Let me see. I think it's just the red. Let me put it like this. So we're now so much in the profit area where we can take getaways and do things like this, and we got more coming. So I said all of that to say this. Tomorrow, we're going to be in a 5-hour conference from 12 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, and the conference is virtual. So if you want to get involved, it only costs $9.99. And if any of you all want to get there or get involved, I'll leave a link down below. I don't get paid for this. Ain't no link or nothing like that. It's just if you want to sharpen your skills, I'm inviting you all. Now, after you go to it, if you want to get involved in the play that we in, then I'll leave that link down below because we got a lot of good and exciting things that I can share with you all. I won't go into that right here. Y'all know I'm a presenter, so I'll just invite you out to my next presentation, and you can see and hear it firsthand for yourself. So with that being said, you all, that's it. I think I just wanted to come and share about this lesson about changing the venue. I hope this helped somebody, especially those of you all who sometimes you get frustrated because you see issues. For me, y'all, I'm a problem solver. I like to say about being a solutionist. So I don't let things get me so stressed out that I stop using this thing that God gave us called the brain. I just figure it out. Okay, if I need an extra $1,000 a month, I need an extra $2,000 a month, I reverse engineer it. I look at my skill sets that I have. I put something together. You see? And so what if it's emotional? What if I got some family or some friends who are dealing with something? Okay, tell me your problem. As a coach, you tell me your problem. I put it through my, through the way I think and process. And next thing you know, I come up with a solution. That's consultation, guys. That's why people really call me as Doc Favor. That's one of the, I think that's what separates my coaching company from a lot of people, because I am a pastor and bishop. So I've been in the people business for a long time. I'm talking about I've been in leadership, man, since what? Like organized leadership since I was in my early 20s. So you figure, so about at least almost going on 30 years now, man, that I've been dealing with people helping solve problems. And so I've developed a high level of skill set and expertise in that area. So when people got a problem, they want to answer or a solution, then they position me like that. And I help them. I got results. I got so many students. Some of y'all probably watching them online now and don't realize that they've been through my program. Yeah. Because I don't look for all the fanfare and all that stuff, y'all. I ask for referrals every now and then, but for the most part, and here's where me being the pastor comes in there, God blesses me because I help people, like genuinely want to help people. And of course, another thing is to help someone and see that light bulb go off and they get that aha moment and they know it's genuine. That's why I teach like I do, y'all. I get people tell me all the time, man, Faber, you should be charging for that stuff you be doing on YouTube. Man, God bless me in other areas, so I look at YouTube. Myron Golden said something. I went through a course with him one time, and he said, hey, man, my free content is conference grade. And we look at that. He said, look at your content, make it so good that it help people, and then they'll search for you to come take one of your programs. Because if the free stuff is that good, then the stuff that's worth paying for is even better. So this is my community service. Freely I receive, sometimes so I give. This is how I do that. I do these videos, I do these clips for people who want to be investors, people who want to be builders. I position myself to help. And so that's why I always say, guys, if you got anything or this is your first time being introduced to my content and what we do, I do mindset. Teach you how to get your mind in the right place so that you can then do business. You see, let me explain to y'all what I mean. And I'm going over now, but I just feel to explain this. When I started teaching people how to trade Forex back in 16, 17, one of the main things I noticed was they didn't have a psychology for trading. That means they were too emotional. They wouldn't stick to the trading plan. They would treat it like gambling. And it's not that. You make an informed decision based upon where the market's going. If you are disciplined enough and you stay in a particular parameter, as your stuff grow, you get it. It's not hard once you know the science behind it. That people didn't have that mistake to be in. So I said, okay, I got to start teaching the psychology of trading. I got to start teaching people how to really develop the mindset to do this. Then from that, once they got the mindset, they got the discipline, then I was able to give them the strategies. You see? So with that being said, you all, anyone who sees this or get involved, want to know about any of our programs of how we teach and just, mature and to grow people, I'll leave it down in the link description, but it's on my website, MikeFavors.com. And with that being said, you all, thank you all for joining me. All those who joined live, I appreciate you all. Let me see, Sandra, you came on with me. I appreciate that. Natalia, just shout out a few people. Thank you all, man. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and, share this if this helped anyone. And if you all like this type of content like here, this live, then I can start blogging and taking my phone with me. Of course, I'll probably have my stand and stuff and, my speakers because I'm going to go check the sound too. But I just wanted to make sure that I came and shared something with you all that I think at least was worthwhile, which is the ultimate lesson. Number one, sometime when you are really wanting to be focused in, dialed in, change your venue. Get around some positive, some people. Because think about it, it's a weekday. We got here yesterday, so it's Friday. It's a bunch of people out here who doing the same thing. Whether they vacationing, whether they doing business, there's conferences going on. It's just being in the environment where you can grab that positive energy. It does make a difference. So that being said, y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. And this is Doc Favors, and we will definitely see you next time right here. Peace.